Welcome dear students. In today's video, we shall continue with the lesson metals and non-metals. In this video, we are going to learn about chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So let's begin. Chemical properties of metals. Number 1, we have electronic configuration. Electronic configuration is the basis of chemical behavior of elements. Majority of metals have up to 3 electrons in their outermost shell. Let's have a look. Here we can see the metals like sodium, magnesium and aluminium. If we observe the outermost orbit, we can see up to only 3 electrons. So this is the first chemical property of metals. Next we have formation of ions. Metals have a tendency to lose their valence electrons to form positively charged ions, that is cations. Here we have few examples. First we have sodium. If we see the electronic configuration, that is 281, as only one electron is there in the outermost orbit, hence it loses that electron to form positively charged ion. So we get sodium ion. Similarly, we can see for magnesium also, in the outermost orbit we have only 2 electrons. So it loses that 2 electrons and forms magnesium ion, and same for aluminium. Next we have reaction with oxygen. Metals combine with oxygen to form metal oxides, and it is written as metal plus oxide gives metal oxide. Here we can see a series of metals. Beside that we can see an arrow pointing downwards. There is also written most reactive, less reactive, which means that at the top we have potassium, we have sodium. So these metals are more reactive towards oxygen and they burn in presence of oxygen. While when we go downwards, the metals are less reactive. See, potassium plus oxygen gives potassium oxide, K2 plus O gives K2O. Magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide and zinc plus oxygen gives zinc oxide. So similarly, we can write for other metals also. Here, we have taken potassium oxide in a beaker. When we dip red litmus paper in this solution, it turns into blue color, which states that metal oxides are basic in nature. Metal oxides react with acid to form salt and water. See, here we have an example. Al2O3, which is a base, reacts with 6HCl hydrochloric acid and it gives AlCl3, that is salt, plus H2O, that is water. So similarly we can write for other metals, metal oxides also. Metal oxide plus acid gives salt and water. Number 4, we have reaction with acid. Here we have to do one experiment. Take dilute hydrochloric acid in a test tube. Then add zinc dust to it. Take a glowing splinter near the mouth of the tube. Observe the glowing splinter. You will notice some sound coming out from it. It is a pop sound. So you all can see I've put a picture also so that you all understand it better. What is the conclusion? Hydrogen gas burns with a pop. This is the test for hydrogen gas. Most of the metals react with dilute acids to form metal salts while hydrogen gas is released. See, metal plus dilute acid gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Number 5, reaction with water. Most metals do not show any observable and fast reaction with cold water. But some metals like sodium and potassium react with cold water. See here we have taken example of potassium. When we add potassium in cold water, it releases hydrogen gas and aqueous potassium hydroxide is also formed. We can even see a red litmus turning blue, which means it is basic. Now about chemical properties of non-metals. Number 1, electronic configuration. Most of the nonmetals have 4 to 7 electrons in their valence shell. If we look at the table, the first one we have nitrogen. Electronic configuration is 2, 5. So here in the outermost shell there are 5 electrons. Similarly, we can have a look for oxygen also. There are 6 electrons, and for chlorine we have 7 electrons in the outermost orbit. So most of the nonmetals have 4 to 7 electrons in their valence shell, that is the outermost shell. Number 2, formation of ions. Nonmetals have a tendency to accept electrons in their valence shell to form negatively charged ions called anions. See, here we have chlorine. We can see the electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. As it is only one electron less to complete the octet, hence it accepts the electrons. And then we can see 2, 8, 8, that is chloride ion. Similarly for oxygen, 2, 6 means there are 2 electrons less to complete the electron octet, and hence it accepts 2 electrons and forms oxide ion. Similarly for nitrogen also. Reaction with oxygen. Nonmetals combine with oxygen to form nonmetal oxides. Nonmetal plus oxide gives nonmetal oxide. Now, when we dip a blue litmus paper in the nonmetal oxide solution, it turns out to be red, which shows that the oxides of nonmetals are basic in nature. Nonmetal oxides react with bases to form soluble salt and water. Example, we have CO2 plus 2NaOH gives Na2CO3 plus H2O, that is water. The oxides of nonmetals react with water to form an acid. See, we have few examples. CO2 plus H2O, that is when it reacts with water, it gives H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. Now, from where did we get H2CO3? On the left hand side, we have 2 atoms of hydrogen, that is why H2. We have 1 atom of carbon, that is C, and then we have to combine all the oxygen atoms, and that is why we got O3. Similarly, the second one, we have SO2 plus H2O gives H2SO3, that is sulfurous acid. And the third one, SO3 plus H2O gives H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. Property, non-metals do not react with dilute acids. They do not react with any dilute acids. That's it for today's video, students. We will continue with the next topic in the next video. Thank you.